Welcome back to Pickleball for All. Again, I'm Jeff Bruni, sitting alongside my partner in crime, Cooper, our resident pickleball expert. And this is going to be a great episode. Everything DUPR today. We're going to explain what DUPR is, why you have it. When I typed in everything DUPR, it just reminded me of the Lego movie. Everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. And so everything is DUPR. So we're going to break that down today and just kind of explain everything DUPR. So so what does DUPR actually mean? What's it stand for, Coop?
Wow, put me on the spot. I'm not sure if I know what it means.
I know what it means.
Why don't you tell me?
Dynamic Universal Pickleball Rating.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I kind of always think of it. I'm a golfer, so it's like a golf handicap.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's a way for you to establish kind of your level of pickleball,
right?
And track your improvement. Play against other people that are similar to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Universal Pickleball Rating is what it stands for.
Cool. Now I know that.
There we go. It's just not a cool phrase. It actually stands for something. So explain, like, how do you get a DUPR? Can you self-create it for yourself? How does it start?
Well, there's a process to actually creating one. I don't know if anybody actually, I don't think this is the popular option that people go through as an avenue, but you can put yourself into some games with some people that have DUPRs. And the way DUPR has created that system is it's no penalty or fault to the people that have their DUPRs established. So what you do is you jump in a game with maybe some 3-3-5s, and you play a few games out. You record those points, and you submit those to DUPR, and how you did in those games will determine what your first DUPR rating will be.
Okay.
And so the way that works is it would apply your ranking based off of your performance in those matches, while also taking those three other people and not changing their DUPR scores.
Oh, because you don't want to punish the people for playing with beginners.
Exactly. And it gives somebody the opportunity to jump in and figure out where they belong, and also safeguards other people's scores from being changed or manipulated. So
right.
I think that's a really good way that they've applied that. I don't know how many people actually do that. I think a lot of people just jump into tournaments and play at a certain level, and then once they record those games, all of a sudden DUPR attaches a score to you.
Right.
After you've played your first DUPR tournament.
And at the factory we've got a DUPR coach, Caleb, that can assign you a DUPR. That can watch you play.
That's the thing. That's the thing that I've been wanting to do for a long time too. DUPR has DUPR coaches where they can record a certain series of your games for a certain amount of minutes, and then there's a certain set of criteria they can base your play off of, and then they submit all that information to DUPR, and they officially set a rating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are like the pros, like Ben Johns, like what is his DUPR?
It's high. His goes up all the time. I want to say it's somewhere around that high 7s mark now. It may be right at 7.
Yeah. And so just kind of your normal standard rec player like me that's probably what most DUPRs are guys like me. A 3 to 3.5 type guy, I need to play more to get mine up. But, that's kind of like the ballpark I'm in. And you get exposed really fast when you play against those higher DUPRs. I do know that.
Right.
One of the times when I played in the St. Louis Shock tryout, they just needed a sub. And they're like, hey, Jeff, step in. And I'm like, okay. And they put me on some of the higher level courts. And I was like, oh, these guys are playing a different game than I play.
The difference between your individual DUPR levels is very drastic. It's more drastic than people realize.
Sure.
It's like you can go from comfortable 4.0 play, and as soon as you jump into high 4.5 to 4.9, it's a whole different world.
Right.
The speed, the way the ball's coming at you with the curve after it leaves the net, how quickly it's hitting the ground,
right.
How often the ball's not going out.
And it's what I noticed too, the speed, yes. the intentionality
Yes.
of their shots.
Yep.
They know exactly what they want the ball to do and where it goes. You know,
Yeah.
most guys are just like, okay, get it over the net. Get it over the net. Oh, I'm going to dink it now. Oh, I'm going to hit it hard. The guy, and I say guys with guys and girls in mind,
Right.
because some of the best players I've ever played against were females.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, the intentionality of their shots are way different than just your normal everyday player.
Yeah, and it's definitely thinking about the second and third shot after that shot you're hitting.
Right.
That makes that game a lot harder as you progress from 4-0 through 5-0.
Right. So to get a DUPR, you go to DUPR, create an account, or probably download their app.
Right.
You play in matches, you
Right.
enter results.
Get into some
stuff.
of these DUPR sessions
Right.
that are held all across the country.
Right.
That's be a good way to start. I know I've used Shock. The St. Louis Shock had a few DUPR sessions there when we were first doing tryouts, and I used that a good bit to get myself from a 3.9 that would never go up to finally getting it up past 4.0 just by doing those training sessions.
Playing against better players.
Yeah, playing
Definitely.
against better players.
Sure.
And that helped me out a good bit, just doing 2 or 3 of those. So
you don't necessarily need a DUPR to play pickleball, but it helps.
you don't. You do if you want to be competitive. If you
Sure.
want to do competitive play, I think DUPR is the way to go, especially since now it's approved across all 3 associations.
Right.
So they're just that, getting closer to making it a universal system for all of pickleball, which is what they're headed towards.
Right.
So, yeah, I think if you want to compete at any level, if you want to get better, if you want to know how good you are, then that's the best avenue for that. If you just want to do rec play and
Sure.
you just like having fun and it's an escape for you,
Yeah.
of course it's an escape for all of us, but
Right.
if it's just fun for you, then I wouldn't touch it.
Sure. Yep. Yep. It just kind of depends on how you want to do it. But it does help you it helps to show your improvement.
Right.
I think that's the biggest thing.
That is the biggest thing.
Oh, I've gone up, 0.2
Yeah.
points or whatever it is.
And now with their whole forecast system, you can see how you should perform before you even jump on the court, which is something that they implemented here about a month ago, I think.
Okay.
Maybe a couple months ago. And what it does for you is when you're in a tournament, you can see, forecast from DUPR. You can look at who you're playing, your next game, input their names, and then it'll tell you, hey, if for your DUPR to go up in this match, you need to win by said points.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
If
Okay.
you lose by this many points, then your DUPR will go down.
Okay.
If you score this many points, you'll be neutral. Nobody will drop.
So people are like, oh, they look at the forecasts and they're like, oh, my DUPR's going to go down. Hey, man, my hamstring's hurting. I can't play this game.
Yeah. So yeah, in my opinion, honestly, I think that's the forecast has had both a positive and negative effect
Right.
on the sport, and I kind of foresee that being an
Right.
issue where you have like, okay, maybe it takes the fun out of the sport a little bit, even in competitive play, where you have a team that's looking at you going, man, if I don't score 4 points against these, 4 points more against these guys than I would usually, then my DUPR's not going to go up.
Right.
So
Yeah, one tournament I played in, I played up a division because we didn't have enough players in it. And I'm
Right.
like, I'll play. And I had my buddy who is kind of a beginner, and I mean, my DUPR got destroyed because we got smoked every
Right.
game.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, man. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, and so DUPR has gone to a system now where it records all of your points. It records who you played against, how you performed against them. So it's become like all encompassing. The issue I think now is they do not have the rollover system anymore. So every tournament that I've ever played factors into my DUPR score. Well, if you're going to do it the way it's done now, I think you have to start rolling off those tournaments from 3, 4, 5 years ago, however long they want to do it. Because if I'm going to progress as a player, surely my tournaments from 5 years ago when I first stepped on a court shouldn't factor into my score
Right.
currently.
And you would think, too, that tournaments would be weighted a little bit.
Right.
Like the MILP tournament you played in,
Yeah.
you'd think that would be weighted heavier, and I'm kind of like a major in golf, you know.
I'm not sure about those, but
yeah.
I don't think they are currently.
Right.
There may be lessened weights for how far out they are from when you played them.
Yeah.
But I know that they don't completely roll off anymore like they used to.
Right. Awesome. Well, everything is DUPR, I guess.
Yep.
Right. I got to get my DUPR up, Coop. You got to help me.
Yeah, I got to get mine up. So you'll tell me.
There you go. Okay. A drill. We got a drill.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the factory forecast, we've got fun stuff going on at the Pickleball Factory. We've got the $2 midday play, which has been really successful.
Yep.
$2 to come in and just play
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every weekday.
Especially, just it's just fun to come in and drill. It's a cheap way to come in and drill like that. Bring your buddies in and play. Got all types of stuff going on at the Pickleball Factory. So if you want us to address any topic, just email us at info@picklecape.com. And for Cooper, I'm Jeff Bruni, and pickleball is for all at the Pickleball Factory. See you next time.